Assalamualaikum, my dear grade 6 learners. Welcome to your English class. I am Teacher Omaimah from Uyaan Central Elementary School, Upper Madamba District, Division of Lanao del Sur 2. And today, I will be your English teacher. Now, are you ready for another English fun day of learning? Are you excited? So am I. Before we start our lesson, have you experienced the following? Crying while reading, laughing while reading, feeling disgusted while reading? How about feeling scared while reading? Why do this emotion happens when we are reading? Simply by making connections. In your daily routine, you make connections in anything and everything. Today, we're going to know more about making connections. Kids, I have a short poem for you entitled Make Connections. Would you like me to read it? Are you ready to listen? Okay, so here it is. Make connections. I read and I connect it to my life. I read and I connect it to what I read. I read and I connect it to the world. I learn when I connect. I enjoy when I connect. Life is to make connections. Now kids, did you like the poem? Did you understand the poem? What is the poem all about? When you view or read something, do you make connections? As you read, you may relate it to your own life experience, to the book that you have read before, and even to the happenings in the world. The brain is wired to connect new information to the old knowledge that is in the brain. Take all your life experience, even those outside of the classroom. You ask yourself, am I bringing meaning to the words to help me read better? You make connections with a book, article, picture, or movie that you have read or viewed. Making connections is a strategy that can assist you in making meaning from a text. You make connections between text to text, text to self, and text to world. Making connections is a strategy that can assist you in making meaning from a text. Something that you have seen on TV about how the information you are reading connects to other familiar text, and the world works that goes far beyond your own experience. You can connect your background knowledge to the text you are viewing, and you can comprehend better when you actively think about and apply your knowledge to the book's topic, your experiences, and the world around you. You make connection between text to text. Text to text is a connection between text. Sometimes when reading, readers are reminded of other things that they have read, other books by the same author, stories from a similar genre, or perhaps on the same topic. These types of connections are text-to-text connections. Readers gain insight during reading by thinking about how the information they are reading connects to other familiar text. This character has the same problem that I read about in a story last year would be an example of a text-to-text connections. Example, the ending of the story is the same from the story I read before. This is an example of a text-to-text because there is connection from the text of the two stories. You make connection between text to self. Text-to-self connections are highly personal connections that a reader makes between a piece of reading materials and the reader's own experiences or life. An example of a text-to-self connections might be, this story reminds me of a vacation we took to my grandfather's farm. Example, I remember my high school days as I read this story. This is an example of a text to self because there is connection between the text and your own experience. You make connection between text to world. Text to world connections are the larger connections that a reader brings to a reading situation. We all have ideas about how the world works that goes far beyond your own personal experiences. We learn about things through televisions, movies, magazines, and newspapers. Often, it is the textual connections that teachers are trying to enhance when they are teaching science, social studies, and literatures. An example of a text-to-word connections might be when a reader says, "I saw a program on television that talked about things described in this article." Example, she read from the news that there is an increased number of individuals tested positive of COVID-19. This is an example of text-to-word because there is a connection between the text and the real scenario in the world. So kids, did you understand the types of making connections? Awesome! Now, I believe that you are now ready for our fun test. Are your pens and papers ready? Great! Now, here's you are going to do. Try this one. Make connection with the information in the picture from your own personal experience. If you can recall anything as you view, write "I connect." But if you cannot recall anything, write "I cannot connect." Number 1. Taal volcano eruption. Number 2. COVID-19 pandemic. Number 3. Postponement of opening of classes. And number 4. Marawi Sage. So, how did you do? Did you affected to the given situations? Did you answer it correctly? Yes, very good grade 6 learners. Now kids, it's recap time. Let us process what you have learned and again, just write your answers on your paper. There are strategies in making connections, namely, number 1, blank is a connection between text. Sometimes when reading, readers are reminded of other things that they have read, other books by the same author, stories from the similar genre, or perhaps on the same topic. Answer, text to text. Number 2. Blank connections are the larger connections that a reader brings to a reading situation. We all have ideas about how the world works that goes far beyond our own personal experiences. We learn about things through televisions, movies, magazines, and newspapers. Answer, text to world. Number 3. Blank connections are highly personal connections that a reader makes between a piece of reading material and the reader's own experiences or life. Answer, text to self. Wow, very good learners. You have processed what you have learned today. Are you ready for more? Okay, let us do these fun activities. Let's begin. Directions. Make connections by identifying if the line from the different short stories and clips from the news are text to self, text to text, text to world. Again, write your answer on your paper. Number 1. The couple had a son named Bayabas whose task was to take good care of their 3 fat carabaos. Number 2. Once there was a boy who was so lazy and his name was Juan Tamad. Number 3. Iloilo took its name from Irong-Irong, the old name of the city of Iloilo, a tank of land that staked out like a nose on the south of Iloilo River. Number 4. The world was confronted with several pandemics before. This is the first caused by a coronavirus. Number 5. Barangay officials strictly prohibit residents to go out from their homes during enhanced community quarantine. Okay, let's now check our answer. Number 1. The couple had a son named Bayabas whose task was to take good care of their 3 fat carabaos. Answer, text to text. Number 2. Once there was a boy who was so lazy and his name was Juan Tamad. Answer, text to self. Number 3. Iloilo took its name from Irong-Irong, the old name of the city of Iloilo, a tank of land that staked out like a nose on the south of Iloilo River. Answer, text world. Number 4. The world was confronted with several pandemics before. This is the first caused by a coronavirus. Answer, text world. Number 5. Barangay officials strictly prohibit residents to go out from their homes during enhanced community quarantine. Answer, text world. Today, we'll learn more how to make connections. Yes, we did! So kids, this is the end of our lessons. Hope to see you soon.